Greetings, everybody, and welcome to tonight's SFCN Channel 17 coverage of tonight's Spanish Fork versus Wasatch basketball game, boys basketball game. Tonight's game is brought to you by these sponsors, and we want to thank them, of course, MVP Sports and the Car Guys. And Chris Hurst, it's about to get dark in here as the Dons will be announced. I'll tell you what, Spanish Fork put on a nice show the other night. They're going to have a tough one again on their hands with this Wasatch team.
Yeah, very true. And my first punt of the night, horrible punt of the night we'll call it, is they played lights out against Salem Hills as they were able to control their size inside, and also some of the, it's getting loud in here, some of the guard play for Salem Hills. Salem Hills had a winning record coming into that game, and Spanish Fork struggled.
Well, this is a Wasatch team, Chris, that they have had struggled to start the season. A whole bunch of losses in a row. Then the week before the Riverton Holiday Tournament that they participated in, the same one that Spanish Fork did, they started to pick it up a little bit. Now we're looking at a team, this is their first region game. Spanish Fork, of course, 1-0, but this is our first region game. You know they're coming in energized.
Yeah, they're pretty energized, excited. They had the same preseason record as Spanish Fork. Pretty much a similar start. Both teams really struggled, lost their first few games, gained some momentum heading into region, and it should be an awfully good game. And if you're Spanish Fork, you're going to want to keep track of Nathan Dow, number 33. He comes in as the leading scorer for Wasatch, and he has a career high last season of 28 points against Provo, and he put up 26 points earlier this season in the Wasatch tournament against Kearns on December 27th.
Yeah, you're looking at a player, Nathan Dow, who, you know, he was a common name in the region, and we know why, because he's a player that can put up numbers. But there's a couple of ball steads in this team for Wasatch. You got to keep an eye on Isaiah and Eli Ballstedt, and they're going to be a problem for the Dons as well. But we're just going to have to keep our eye on those top three scorers among the many other weapons that Wasatch has.
And to counter that, and Nathan Dow, 6'6", which will be a great matchup, him and Hunter Schofield, the leading scorer for the Dons, who comes in with nearly 20 points a game, and he's put up 30 twice. He did that at the Riverton tournament.
Nathan Dow against Hunter Schofield. Dow wins early, and this game is underway here on Spanish Fork 17. We thank you for joining us tonight. Ball stolen away immediately by Anderson. He takes it alone. Almost lost it. Taylor Anderson.
That's a great start for Spanish Fork, as they looks like they're going to go with the man defense here tonight, and they were able to get a steal out of it.
Underneath, going up hard, making the bucket is Cade Cloward, the starter for Wasatch. It's kind of strange, Chris, the other night we couldn't see numbers. Now they just seem a little bright to me. I might need my sunglasses on these Wasatch uniforms.
And that is a good thing if you're an announcer. Yeah. We're not complaining. Yeah, I rewatched some of that Salem Hills game on Channel 17. I couldn't see. They weren't picking up on the television either.
A lot of guessing going on that night. I think we did pretty good with it.
Yeah.
Let's see if the announcers for tonight's Maple Mountain Salem Hills game, they can get it right tonight. Underneath, Hunter Schofield, he's the one to watch. And the hook shot misses, but a return on the putback. Connor Anderson for his first.
Yeah, Connor Anderson's a big body. He had a tough job against Porter Guston the other night, and he held him in check, keeping Porter Guston to single digits for the first time this season.
That was about as frustrated as I think I've ever seen Porter Guston. That was a good thing for the Dons, as they only held him to 8. The Dons coming up with a 9-point victory the other night. In the meantime, we've got this one going on. Jesse Gilman with the ball. Gets it back to Logan Biesinger, the point guard.
Now Wasatch taking their time here.
Well, the Dons game, everybody knows, is to get up and down the floor and score, and maybe you'll see a Wasatch team that tries to keep things slow, but the turnovers could help Spanish. Vincent Reese goes in and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
That's the second big turnover for Wasatch. That's probably going to lead to some points.
Fouls on number 15, Gilman. Reese will be at the line.
It's our first foul of the game.
It goes to Jesse Gilman. 6:04 remaining here in the first. First free throw for Benson. Drops it.
Benson having quite the season himself here. He let's see, had 28 against Dixie earlier, and he's averaging 13.5 points a game.
Solid scorer for the Dons. The Dons with a couple of solid offensive scoring weapons. Anybody out there can score any given night with the two scoring weapons, Benson Reese and Hunter Schofield. It's a good situation when you got a guard and a forward. If they can close up the forward, you can get it to the guard that can score.
That's a third turnover by Wasatch.
Reese misses a three. Underneath, Parker Bowman trying to get it out. Finally a whistle. They call travel.
He got murdered, mugged, and any other word you want to use there. He was fouled, and that's what led to the travel.
Yeah, he was hacked up a little bit down there, obviously, and now another turnover by Wasatch.
That's the fourth turnover of this quarter.
That's a lot of turnovers here early for the Wasps. Out front with it, Benson Reese trying to find a. You got Dow against Schofield. That'll be a matchup to watch all night long. Taylor Anderson.
Dons look like they got some size on Wasatch outside of Dow, so they might want to utilize that tonight with maybe Parker Bowman and Connor Anderson down low.
Schofield misses with the ball. Wasatch shot up, missed, and a rebound by the Dons as Isaiah Ballstedt misses. Anderson, Reese pulls it back out to Parker Bowman. Anderson, jumper, got it. This Taylor Anderson, I get in the habit of saying the last names. But Taylor Anderson with 2 buckets early and a timeout by Wasatch, 32nd timeout.
Yeah, Wasatch has turned over the ball 4 times, and Spanish Fork's capitalized, and that's really the difference in this ball game is the Dons have an 8-2 lead.
You have down there 4 turnovers already.
4 turnovers.
It's a lot early on, and the Dons with that 8-2 lead. We want to thank our sponsor for tonight's instant replay, the Card Guys, 872 North Main Street in Spanish Fork, 794-0077. You can visit them at thecardguysut.net.
And Taylor Anderson, as we saw in that Car Guys instant replay, when he gets hot, that's when the Dons have a lot of success. He's coming in averaging 8 points, but it seems like if he can get in double digits along with Benson Reese and Hunter Schofield, that's really when the Dons start to click. They need that third scorer to get double digits.
4:42 in the first quarter as the ball back into play. Cade Cloward with it. Parker Bowman on him. Shot on its way off, attempted by Singer, out of bounds to the Dons.
I'm almost tempted to count that shot as a turnover as badly as that missed.
Missing that badly, and might as well been a pass out of bounds.
Went to the Allen School of Shooting, apparently.
That's right, Allen Huff School of Shooting. I'll show you how to miss. Hunter Schofield out front, going right at Dow. Turnaround jumper on its way, and he got it. Schofield, maybe with a couple of inches on Nate Dow. And he gets out when a fall for his first bucket.
Yeah, and that's what you want to make Dow do, is work on that defensive end, and that'll help the Dons out as they have to try and cover him.
10-2 Spanish Fork lead. Just past the halfway mark of the first quarter. Outside a wide open 3 on the way and missed by Gilman, and the Dons get it. Connor Anderson, and what do we have? A whistle? What's going on here? Going foul. Wow, that was from a long ways away. They're going to call it on Isaiah Ballstedt.
That is only the second foul this quarter. This is the exact opposite of the Salem Hills game where it turned into a hack fest.
Exactly, especially when you had Porter Gustin had that many fouls in the first minute of the game.
It's not ideal to pick up 2 at the first of the first period and then 2 at the first of the third.
No, put them in a bind. Taylor Anderson, Connor Anderson, shot up, no, rebound. Bowman puts it up and in. All 5 of the Dons starters on the board. That's a good situation. Everybody out there scoring. It's a 12-2 Don's lead.
Yeah, and when you're scoring, it makes you mentally want to play defense that much harder, and that's why I think they've created some turnovers with this pesky man-to-man defense. And they are taller than Wasatch out there.
Much
clearly.
taller. As you can see Parker Bowman. And the foul is Nathan Dow is going to go to the line. But you see Bowman out there, and looks like he's guarding Isaiah Ballstedt, who's about 4 inches shorter.
Yeah, Dons have pretty good height for a high school team.
They did not call that a shooting foul.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah,
Looked like he was shooting. And they call that on Schofield. That's his first.
That's his first, so first Don's team foul.
Dons will switch to zone here.
Left side, 3 on the way off again. His outside shots are a problem as Eli Ballstedt misses. He just checked in. Benson misses. And a rebound to the Wasps. Here comes Isaiah Ballstedt. Right-hander up, misses, rebound, Bowman. Or excuse me, that's Anderson. He's going up hard, misses. And there needs to be a foul somewhere, and they're going to get the Wasps. So it looks like Isaiah Ballstedt with a foul.
That's his second one. And he just pushed Schofield in the back that time. It's one way to get position as long as you can get away with it, but that time he doesn't.
3 team fouls on Wasatch. Benson Reese to inbound. Looking, finding field. Dow guards him closely. They get it outside. Taylor Anderson, the Dons still with all 5 starters on the floor. Benson over to Bowman. Bowman to the rack. Puts it up with the right hand. Got it. Parker Bowman.
That's his second big bucket of the quarter, and he's another one that if you can get hot here, that really helps the Dons succeed.
Couple getting set to check in for Wasatch. Garrett Davis coming off the bench for the Wasps.
Wasatch really struggling against this pesky Spanish Fork defense. You got to credit Spanish Fork for some of this.
Dow count it and he's fouled, and that'll be on Schofield. That's his second.
That's only the Don's second team foul, but that's a huge one. You don't want to get Schofield in trouble. Schofield was very ill the other night. I don't know if he is feeling better tonight or not, but man, he battled through the flu.
I could tell you. We could tell you. We got to watch a lot of it. Checking into the game for the Dons, Tanner Argyle. Schofield still on the floor.
Well, we got a pretty nice size crowd here at the Don Dome tonight, Alan.
That's right. It's far cry from a lot of the games we saw in the preseason or in the Don region games. Dow's free throw good. So 5 points for Wasatch. The Dons at 14. Still trying to get their legs under them, or the Wasatch Wasps, as Jax Tobiasen comes in for Hunter Schofield.
Yeah, Wasatch hasn't played in a long time.
It's been since Riverton tournament.
December 31st, this is their first game of the year. Yeah, it was at the Riverton tournament where they won 3 out of 4. Yeah. Spanish won 2 out of 4.
Yeah. Ball tipped away, out of bounds. Good defense there by Tanner Argyle.
Would have been interesting if they would have won out and met in the finals or somewhere along the way.
Don's going small with Parker Bowman going to the bench. Austin Thurr into the ball game.
Yeah, Austin gives up about 7 inches to Parker Bowman.
Yeah. Wasatch it doesn't seem like their offense is really.
They're just out of rhythm.
Yeah, they just don't seem to be on it. Benson Reese, and that can change any minute as Reese is hammered and fouled. Who are they going to get? Call that one on Eli Ballstedt.
That's his first foul. 4th for Wasatch. Yeah, Wasatch's offense has not showed up so far. They just don't look comfortable at all moving the ball around the perimeter.
And the Dons turn it over. Reese unable to handle it.
I've got the Dons down for 2 turnovers here in the first quarter, which was an issue in the preseason.
Yeah.
I think 2 is a pretty acceptable number per quarter,
it's-
but you don't want to get 5 or 6 like they did at times.
Yeah. It's a decent number. Ball tipped away and a foul. It's like
Call that on
Tobiasen.
Tobiasen. Yep.
Jason Money into the ball game for Spanish Fork, and that'll replace Connor
Anderson.
Connor Anderson, yeah.
Too many Andersons.
Too many of them. Wasatch making a substitution as Jace Wright out. Logan Biesinger back in as he has it left side. Passing it around, Biesinger 3, got it. Logan Biesinger, the first 3 of the ball game between either team. And it's a 14-8 game.
Looks like the Dons will hold for the last shot here as they have a 6-point lead.
Benson Reese out front, 6 on the clock. 4 on the clock. Argyle, 3. Got it! Tanner Argyle to beat the buzzer. And the Spanish Fort Dons with a 17-8 lead.
Yeah, perfect timing that time by Tanner Argyle.
Gets it off. The Dons knock down their first 3 of the game. A 17-8 Spanish Fork lead as we'll head into the second quarter in just a moment. We welcome you back. Second quarter of action getting underway is the Dons with a 17-8 lead. Again, we want to thank the sponsors for tonight's game, Car Guys and MVP Sports. Speaking of MVP Sports, baseball season coming up, you can find your custom gear there. Whether it be uniforms, you can need a new ball glove, you need some cleats. It's amazing. I work there, and this time of year, it seems like a lot of these kids are putting away everything for baseball already. Still the middle of January.
We still have that huge inversion outside.
Yeah, can't breathe enough to run the bases.
Or see him.
Foul, Connor Anderson charges.
That's his first one. Good call by the ref there as Wasatch had position that time. See that little cylinder here at the high school level.
Yeah.
Where if you're down that low, you
can't flop.
Yeah.
3 ball, no rebound to the Dons.
Great job by Argyle picking that up. He had the Dons' first big 3 of the quarter, or the
Jason
game.
Money out to third. Austin back to Jason. Dons setting up.
This is not a lineup I've seen from the Dons this season.
Yeah, they're going 1 starter on the floor right now.
Wonder who they're going to go to for points.
I think Argyle can hit 3s. So can Austin. He attempts and drains.
Sometimes when you ask a question, you get the answer right away.
There
As Thor
it
gets
is.
the 3.
There's your scoring. .28, Dons with a steal. Underneath, left-hander won't go for Taylor Anderson, and a jump ball. There's actually 2 starters out there for the Dons. I said 1 earlier. And now more. As Money and Argyle will step out. Benson Reese and Parker Bowman back in.
I think this 12-point lead can be really credited to the Dons defense. They are frustrating Wasatch out there. Switching it up between zone and man.
Shot up and in, a 3 ball. That bucket by Zach Larson.
That was a tough shot that Larson nailed there. Great concentration to make it with a guy in his face.
3 ball missed, rebound, back to Benson. Taylor Anderson, back to Reese. Austin to Anderson, right side, moving on the left side, bumped and fouled. A blocking foul will be committed by Garrett Davis, number 2. That's his first.
Fouls on number 2, Davis.
The Dons will be in the 1-and-1. I believe that's the 16th foul there for Wasatch as they put that up on the board finally.
So yeah, Spanish 1-and-1 after this. Dons with their starters on the floor now. Taylor Anderson to the lane. Shot up, misses, and a rebound. What do we have? Who are they going to get? Oh, they're going to get Connor Anderson on that one.
Both the Spanish Forks big guys will have 2 fouls apiece as Anderson picks up his second. Schofield also has 2.
That'll bring Jax Tobiasen off the bench once again.
Yeah, Tobiasen, the other tall, powerful guy for the Dons, has 1 as well.
All the fouls
from the big guys, not from the guard line.
Oh, off the leg of Zach Larson. What do we have here?
That's going to be Wasatch's ball, I believe.
Oh, they're giving it to Spanish
Oh, that's
Fort.
right. We had a jump ball down here earlier. So that's the 6th turnover by Wasatch this half.
So the Dons with it offensively, 20 points. Had 25 in the first half, is all against Salem Hills.
Yeah, I think what they want to do is probably get between 15 and 17 a quarter, and that's been the formula for their success. Sometimes they struggle to get to that range as we have a 30-second timeout here.
Timeout by the Dons, and they are calling it a 30-second. Yeah, you're right. So once again, we want to thank the Car Guys for sponsoring tonight's game. Most of their vehicles are still under factory warranty. 872 North Main in Spanish Fort, 794-0077. And also sponsoring tonight's MVP of the game, MVP Sports, at 72 North Main in Spanish Fort. 798-3587 is a number where you can reach the fine folks like myself at MVP Sports. Is that what I would call? I shouldn't call myself that. Not on my own.
MVP employee of the century, Alan Huff here on the broadcast.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Hurst, and Dons have a big 9-point lead here.
Yeah, it seems like, as we've mentioned, Wasatch just hasn't got it going offensively. They've knocked down a couple of three-pointers, though, over the last little bit. This second quarter, has been stagnant, really, for both teams. Dow with the steal.
Now Wasatch turned up the defensive intensity on that possession and caused the turnovers they were trapping.
Looking underneath. Schofield got lucky there, and a blocked shot by Tobiasen.
Yeah, Garrett Davis
He
had
tried.
the easy layup. Schofield overcommitted, and he just missed it. And then on the second time, he got swatted big time by Tobiasen.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Or shame on you, fool me twice. There it goes, into the bleachers.
We had a travel there, not called.
Yeah. 3 ball on its way short, attempted by Gilman, but a putback. That was Davis, Garrett Davis, his first bucket of the game.
He amends for that missed layup earlier.
Yeah. So the Dons with it. Benson Reese.
Dons have been stagnant the last few possessions, just not getting anything going here in this second period.
Yeah, we're halfway through. The Dons with just 3 points. Bowman has it swatted out of bounds.
He'll get to shoot
Kind of
1
trapped
and 1.
himself. No,
Oh no, they
foul.
knocked it out of bounds.
So Benson Reese will inbound. Schofield out front. He's been silented. Alley-oop, that ain't gonna work.
Oh, great defense by Dow.
Dow
that
was
time.
anticipating that all the way, and the ball nearly taken away. Shot missed, but a foul.
Yeah, the Wasatch is starting to take the ball to the cup there. And they're getting some nice looks.
They've spotted the Dons' foul trouble, and the guys that are out there with foul trouble, and in particular Schofield, they know he doesn't want to pick up number 3. They're going to attack, and Jesse Gilman will go to the line for 2 shots.
And that's Parker Bowman who picked it up. That's just his first. Both teams will be in the 1-and-1 bonus the rest of this half.
First one goes for Jesse Gilman. Second one off the back of the iron, and rebound but to Dow. So Nathan Dow working hard out there for the Wasps.
And this Wasp team is not going to go away. They went down early, but they're fighting back.
3-ball miss by Ballstedt. Rebound to the Dons. So the Dons looking for the offense to start here in the second quarter. We've gone nearly 5 minutes and 3 points. Schofield, shot good.
And Schofield's Mr. Baseline, and he's able to connect.
He's got unlimited range along the baseline, it seems like, Chris, and you see, if you need him to score, he can do it both ways. He can do it driving to the hoop, but sometimes you need him to knock down those outside shots just to get the offense rolling a little bit, as you saw right there.
Yeah, and when he goes outside, that makes the defense have to come out and guard him, and then they can attack inside.
We saw that a lot. It seemed like in that first half against Salem Hills, Schofield pretty quiet. That second half, after he had established some range, that's when the scoring began. He ended up with 21 last couple nights ago.
Yeah, and he's capable for putting up 20 on any given night. He's only had one game this season where he hasn't reached double digits.
So 4 points for Schofield. The Dons with a 22-14 lead. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Dow out front, going left side, Cloward. Back out to Garrett Davis, to Dow. Dow, left hand dribbling. Stripped away, Connor Anderson. Reese, pull up three. No rebound. Oh, that should have been a foul, I thought. Knocked out of bounds. Don's possession.
Yeah, the Dons are missing some of those shots they were hitting in that first period. That's Ballstedt's second foul.
Second. Good. 4 points for Connor Anderson. And a 10-point Spanish Fork lead, 24-14.
And free throws is what wins ball games, as we saw that earlier in the first region game, as Spanish was able to connect on their free throws and come out victorious.
Anderson, Schofield tries to float it and got the friendly hop. A little closer, he throws it down.
Yeah, he dunked it. He's capable of dunking it. I've seen him do it multiple times this season.
Twice last game while he was puking. Foul. Bucket missed. 2 shots coming for the Wasps. That'll go for Cade Cloward. He'll go to the line. Both teams shooting from here on.
I think they gave that foul to Austin Thur, his first.
First shot knocked down by Cloward. Haven't seen a whole lot of free throws tonight, just 8 in total. Missed the second. Rebound Dow. He can't hang on. Where does it go? Back to Wasatch. So the Wasps will have another opportunity at their end with 2:04 remaining.
Great job by Dow keeping that alive. Spanish Fork has given up a couple of rebounds off free throws. They need to box out on those shots.
Ball nearly taken away by Thurer, and then they leave Cloward alone. He scores.
Cloward knows that the bank's still open here in Spanish Fork and uses it.
9-point lead for the Dons, under 2 minutes to go. The Dons with just 6 points.
They've only had 1 turnover. Wasatch has had 4 this quarter, and Dons have not been able to capitalize on it like they did in the first period, where Wasatch had 5 that led to a lot of points.
Dons have been fortunate at times in this game when scoring wasn't abundant, that Wasatch just hasn't been able to pick it up themselves. Biesinger picking up the foul. Logan Biesinger is second. 1 and 1 for Taylor Anderson. Knocks down the first. Now we can call it 2.
No question there as Taylor Anderson hits the free throw, and that's been the difference in some of these ball games is Spanish makes another free throw. Wasatch has been struggling from behind the line.
Yeah. That one's perfect. 5 for 5. They get 6 for 6.
Wasatch has missed a couple of theirs. I believe they're 2 for 4.
Yeah. 2 for 5, actually.
2 for 5.
Shot up and in. Cloward again. So Cade Cloward, what is he averaging a game over there, Chris? He's got 7. Out of bounds to the Wasps.
Cloward comes in at just under 5 points a game.
Yeah.
Not a real big scoring threat, and he's doing it the old-fashioned way, driving in and
doing it against those Dons big guys and
throwing it up against the bank. Yeah, he's way above his season average.
6'3", so he's not really that.
6'3" is getting small, which is sad because when I was in high school, that was huge.
That was your center. And now you've got the 6'6" Nathan Dow out there handling the ball for the Wasps.
I was looking at some of those kids from Salem, and man, they were monsters. I don't know what they feed them over there, but they weren't that big 15 years ago, I'll tell you that much.
Substitutions on the floor for Spanish Fort. Tanner Argyle into the ball game. He'll take Connor Anderson out.
That Wasatch is now in double digits for turnovers. That was their 10th. The ball security's been a big issue for them. That takes away shots.
Benson Reese out front. Cloward on him. Dons may be looking for the last shot. We'll see. Reese out front. Again, Cloward still on him. Hunter Schofield out to set a pick. Throw it to Austin. 3 ball by Argyle. Drains it. Argyle can hit threes only when the clock's running out. It's 2 for 2 in this game late in the quarters. 31-19. Nice half for the Spanish Fort Dons, especially defensively, holding the Wasatch Wasps to 19 points, Chris.
Yeah, they've done a great job of causing 10 turnovers, and they only turned it over 3 times and made some big free throws. I think that is the difference in the first half.
We'll take a break. 31-19 Spanish Fort here on Spanish Fort 17. The Spanish Fort Dons with a 12-point lead, but most importantly is they're holding this Wasatch Wasp team here at the half just to 19 points. And to emphasize on that, Nathan Dow, their leading scorer, has 3 points.
3 points. Wasatch also committed 10 turnovers. And I think most of that is due to the pesky defense of the Dons tonight. And they only turned the ball over 3 points. Wasatch also struggled from the free throw line, and Spanish Fort went 6 for 6, I believe.
Yeah, they're perfect from the free throw line, and the Dons, with that big lead, and it's kind of a refresher. We've seen the Dons a lot this year. They struggle, it seems like, in the early parts of the game. So far in region play, it seems like we're nice and comfy now.
They're looking a little more comfortable, but double-digit leads are not safe. The Spanish Fort. Yeah. They had a double-digit lead against Mountain View, double-digit lead at Brighton, and both those games they came on the wrong end of the scoreboard. So they got to keep this intensity up. Wasatch isn't going to be backing down. They're going to keep fighting. The
Dons with several leading scorers tonight with 6 points apiece. Taylor Anderson, Tanner Argyle, and Hunter Schofield all with 6 points. So you're not only getting contribution from your Hunter Schofields, your Benson Reeses, you're getting it off the bench, you're getting it from other guards, and that's a good sign going forward.
That's a good sign, and when the scoring's balanced, it seems like teams want to play defense harder. When you're getting a shot and it's going in, you want to run down the court and get a stop so you can do it again. Sometimes when the scoring's dominated by one guy, the other guy's kind of might slack off.
The second half is going to be one to watch, and we invite you to stick around here with us. Again, we want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, the Car Guys, for sponsoring tonight's instant replay, and MVP Sports for sponsoring tonight's MVP of the game. And it's great to have them along, and we're about to get things rolling here in the second half. Normally we would go to break, and we probably should, but we went a little long, Chris.
We did go a little long.
We're going to get yelled at.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep it here and get this second half underway.
This was a commercial-free second part of the halftime.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Chris Hurst and Alan Huff here.
You're welcome. I'm sure those who sponsor us aren't going to say thank you.
But we thank them for sponsoring nonetheless.
That's right. We'll give you a couple breaks here in the second half. A couple of extra ones. All right. Wasatch looking to avenge a 19-point first half, and they need to attack, and they will with a 3-ball missed. Attempted by Isaiah Ballstedt. The Dons at the board.
Great start for the Dons there.
Benson Reese with the ball, only had 2 points in that first half. Shot up by Bowman way short. Rebound to Wasatch. Davis had it. Ballstedt got it.
Oh, great move by Ballstedt. He's got a couple of fouls. And man, he goes around the back there for the reverse layup.
Taylor Anderson fouled. They're going to say it's down.
That's the third foul on Eli Ballstedt, part of the Ballstedt twins. Well, brothers. They're 2 years apart.
Yeah, they're a couple years apart. Close enough. To the base, Hunter Schofield, right-hander, goes. Schofield with 8.
A great job by Schofield. We've seen him shoot it from the outside. Now we'll see if he takes it inside a little more.
I'm looking all through this stat sheet, and there's a lot of spread out scoring on both sides. Out of bounds, the Dons have it. A good defense against Dow.
Yeah. Spanish Fork's playing a little more physical than Wasatch. I think Wasatch might be getting a little frustrated out there as well.
Eli Ballstedt out of the game, picking up his 3rd foul. They just got that dead ball to get him out.
Ballstedt comes in as the 2nd leading scorer, averaging 9.27 points a game for Wasatch as well, so that's huge.
Yeah, between the 2 of them, there's 2 points. Spanish Fork has shut down the leading scorer. A long 3 by Reese, no good, and we have a foul. Who are they going to get? Colin Schofield?
It'll be his 3rd.
Wow, that will be his 3rd.
Yeah, I think Dow has 3 points. How many points does Ballstedt have? Just 2?
Ballstedt has 2 points. Eli does. Isaiah is scoreless.
And those two, Nathan Dow and Eli Ballstedt, come in averaging 24 points a game, and Isaiah contributes 7 as well. So they've shut down the top 3 scorers.
Yeah, Dons can keep those guys down. It's going to be a long night for Wasatch. Charging and scoring, though, Carson Law. Or excuse me, was that?
It's number 11.
Oh, that was Isaiah Ballstedt.
He gets on the board.
So a 10-point Dons lead and a whistle and a foul against the Wasps. Officials seem like they're not going to let a whole lot go here in the second half, at least here in the early moments. A foul committed by Cade Cloward. Looking underneath, and they cannot thread the needle. Turnover by Spanish. Cloward to the base, right-hander, just flips it up and misses. Ball all over the place, and coming up with it is number 2, Garrett Davis, and he's fouled by Spanish Fork. Who are they going to charge it to is a question. Oh, they get Connor Anderson, and that's his 3rd. So 2 of the Dons' big guys battling foul trouble here early.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. The guard line stayed out of foul trouble so far this game, but we'll see if they keep both Connor Anderson and Hunter Schofield on the bench.
Garrett Davis misses the first of 2. Again, you mentioned, Chris, that Wasatch Wasps struggled from the charity stripe.
It looks like that might continue here in the second half. They haven't committed a turnover though this quarter. So
another one for Davis. Got that one to fall. 33-24, Spanish Fork with the lead. The Dons just 2 points here in the first 2.5 minutes.
Now they came out on fire there in the first period, but ever since then they've had to grind it out to get points, it seems like. Credit Wasatch and their wasping man-to-man defense. I don't know.
They've made some good adjustments against Spanish Fork's offense, but Dons are either waiting or something. They need to create some space, and you don't do that a whole lot if you're not moving. Nice pass there by Anderson.
The one criticism criticism I have about the Dons is when a team goes to man-to-man defense, you free people up by screens, as we finally see one, but it's like they're allergic to them at times.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. And again, there's Reese.
Something Coach Roberts might need to work on.
Reese creates his own space by luring a defender out and Cloward and then blowing by him. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
They're going to call that on Dow. That's just his first.
Yeah. So no foul trouble for the big man for the Wasatch Wasps. Is 2 shots coming for Benson Reese. First one good.
I don't know what's going on with Nathan Dow, but he only has 3 points tonight, which is uncharacteristic for him, as I can't speak English anymore.
First one drops for Benson. He'll get one more. It's on its way and good. The Dons 100% from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, Dow comes into this. He scored 12 against Westlake, 17 against Riverton, 19 against Alta, 26 against Kearns, and that was his last 4 outings. Only has 3 so far.
Scary part about it is more times than I care to admit, I've seen kids just go off for 10 points in a row as the 3-ball dumped by Isaiah Ballstead. He has 5.
And Wasatch is making a nice little run here at the Dons.
Dons need to answer. Reese to the corner. 3-ball. Austin has 6.
Both behind the 3-point line.
Just like Tanner Argyle off the bench. That's 12 points and 3-pointers off of 2 guys from the bench. And an ill-advised pass by Reese, stolen away by Biesinger.
Back-to-back turnovers there. We got another one.
Yep. Cloward travels. Substitutions.
Seems like every high school game I've ever watched, you get that point in the game where there's like 3 or 4 turnovers in a row. Hopefully both teams are over that now.
7 points for the Dons here in the 3rd quarter. 8 for Wasatch.
I think Wasatch has figured out how to defend Spanish here as they go to the man-to-man defense.
You got to do something about Hunter Schofield. He just checked back in. He's in double figures with 10. That's a double dribble.
That is a double dribble.
Again, I guess they said he lost it. Dow for 3. Got it. Nathan Dow, a 6. As I mentioned, I shouldn't have said it, but I always do. I've seen kids, these players that can score, at times can just find a rhythm and just go off at any moment.
Well, there's a reason you average 15, 16 points a game. So.
Yeah. See if the Dons can keep him down, though. Schofield from the base, he drains it. Schofield, another one of those guys that you think you're keeping down, and he'll just light it up. He's got 12.
Yeah, he's got 6 in this quarter alone.
Playing with 3 fouls. 3-ball on its way and dropped by Zach Larson. He's got 6.
And the scoring's starting to erupt here as we got ourselves a game.
I like it. I like me some offense. Reese, 3-ball, no. Rebound, tipped out. And Benson Reese gets it. Nice job by Jax Tobiasen underneath. Dow over, keeping an eye on Schofield. Schofield from the corner. He's going to pull the trigger, and his 3's blocked by Dow.
Yeah, great timing by Dow as he goes over there to the weak side and just swats that out.
Number 34, Bowman.
Some cat-like reflexes Dow has.
Dons now have 4 to 5 starters in. Bowman underneath. Going to go up the right hand. No. And a rebound to the Wasps. Here they come.
Spanish Fork also going with the man-to-man defense here, and Wasatch isn't using any screens either.
Finally, a guard for the Dons picking up a foul as Benson Reese going in,
Fouls on number 4, Reese.
hacking Eli Ballstead as he goes to the line for 2.
Hey, you get 5 fouls, you might as well start using them.
Yeah, get 1 or 2 at least. Don't give him any freebies. Free throw good by Eli. His third point of the ball game. You mentioned earlier he's the second leading scorer.
He's second leading scorer here for Wasatch, and almost 10 points a game, averaging over 9.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll start to see him getting heated up here, and Dow as well.
The Dons need to be prepared for that as their lead has been cut to 7. 1:30 remaining here in the third.
It's 42-35. That sounds like a nice football score.
That is. It's my prediction for Dallas and Green Bay this weekend.
And who's on top?
You want me to be honest? Who I want or who I think? Well, who I want and who I think, I'm pretty sure you're going to be the same thing, Chris.
You're thinking the Cowboys?
No.
Green Bay.
I'm a Packer fan.
All right.
Bleed green. So, 1:10 to go here in the third. We're back in the basketball game instead of football. Reese, right side. Dons working around. A 3-ball on its way from Argyle. Rattles out. And once again, Wasatch looking to chisel into the Dons' lead. Baseline. Cloward blocked by a guard. Taylor Anderson just swatted him. But then a turnover and a foul by Reese.
Reese picks up 2 quick ones back to back, but great job by Taylor Anderson blocking it here as we see that on the Car Guys instant replay in slow motion. Clean block.
That was absolutely clean. Car Guys located at 872 North Main, 794-0077. A 3-ball good. Dropped by Eli Ballstead, and he's starting to warm up.
He went off that screen, took that shot, and as soon as he took that shot, I knew that thing was going in. That was a play of beauty.
4-point Dons lead. Spanish Fork having problems unless it's under a fast break circumstance against his defense of Wasatch. Reese trying to draw Cloward in to create some space. 6 on the clock. Reese throws it away.
Now, the Dons and Wasatch have flip-flopped here on turnovers as that's the 5th one for Spanish this quarter, and Wasatch just has 2.
2 on the clock. 3-ball way short by Isaiah Ballstead, but that will end the third quarter of play. 42-38, Spanish Fork with the lead here on Spanish Fork 17. Fourth quarter being set to begin here on Spanish Fork 17. The Dons with a 42-38 lead, Chris. And the offense needs to pick up for the Dons here.
And they need to cut down some of those turnovers that have become a problem here in the second half, as they had 5 in that third quarter.
Outscored 19-11 there in the third quarter.
Wasatch doubled their point output.
They did. 42 for the Dons. The 3-ball miss by Reese. Connor Anderson on the glass. 6 points for Connor.
It's great to see him involved in the offense. He's more of a defensive specialist, but he can also contribute on the offensive end.
Ballstead out to Dow. Anderson on him. Dow hard to the rack, count, and he's fouled. Is that on Connor?
And that will be his 4th.
Yeah, that's 4 on him. Team foul number 4 on the Dons. 1 shot coming for Dow.
Yeah, Dow, I don't know if he realized the game started at 7, but he struggled early on and has really picked it up in this second half as he takes it to the hoop for his 8th point. Only had 3 in the first half.
Dons need to keep him quiet. The end one attempt on its way, rattles off. So free throw shooting woes continue for Wasatch. 4-point game. Benson Reese front court, working again on Cade Cloward. Cloward with the height advantage, his speed Advantage to Reese. Reese left side. Benson trying to work it to Schofield. Does. Schofield kicks it out to Bowman for three. Parker Bowman's first three of the game. He has 7 points and a timeout taken by the Dons. A full one. Will take it. 47-40 Spanish. So Chris, the Dons now with a 7-point lead, getting a little bit of that padding back, but you can start to kind of feel Wasatch is, they're playing hard. They're going to, if the Dons don't start picking up that offense, this could end up being a problem because Wasatch is fighting hard here in the fourth.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Mountain View game earlier where Spanish Fork led the entire game, and then at the end, with about 1 second to go, Mountain View made that last bucket to win it by 1.
Out of bounds, another turnover, and the Dons will pick it up.
13 big turnovers for Wasatch tonight. They've really struggled in that department.
How many you got the Spanish Fork Dons?
They've got 8.
8. So Dons,
but 5 of them came in this third period.
Wow. Yeah, just 3 in the first half for Spanish Fork.
Unofficially.
We do our best.
And there's another one.
Yep. And another one. And another one. So Wasatch picks it off again.
There's another one of those sequences of back-to-back-to-back turnovers.
Yeah. Shot up and good. The bucket by Zach Larson. He has 8. 5-point Spanish Fork lead.
You can feel Wasatch building some confidence on that offensive end.
Reese, right side. Parker Bowman. Underneath. Money. Shot up and in. Jason Money's first bucket. He's on the board, and the Dons extend their lead again, and 2 Dons defenders collect, but a 3 ball knocked down by Larson gives him 11.
Yeah, great job by Larson as Schofield was closing. That's a tough shot to make when you got a 6'5" guy running full speed at you.
They may have had an opportunity to call a
foul. He was fouled.
On Schofield.
Leads down to 4, though.
4-point lead once again. Wasatch refusing to surrender. Ballstedt, left-hander, no, and a rebound to Schofield. He'll clear it to Reese.
And a great job by all 3 big guys for the Dons boxing out down there, making sure Wasatch had no chance of getting the offensive rebound.
Ball thrown away by the Dons. Another turnover.
That's their 3rd of this quarter and 8th of the half.
Yeah, they had 3 in the first half combined. Wow.
And all a turnover does is take away a shot opportunity, so no big deal there, right?
No. Especially where we're at in the game. That one's an out of bounds. Cloward. Little rough on that one.
Says he got fouled there.
Officials didn't think so. Tanner Argyle in, Benson Reese out. The Dons with all their starters in with the exception of Reese. Taylor Anderson out front. Argyle back to Taylor. Taylor, a couple dribbles, goes in, and he's caught charging. Right over the top of Garrett Davis.
Also in the game, that's Taylor Anderson's first foul, but they brought Connor Anderson back in as this score's tightened up. He's got 4 fouls, so
yeah,
you're going to have to be careful with him, and the Dons have 6.
And the defensive, the Dons defense need to back him up. They have him on Dow.
Wasatch does a pretty good job of setting some screens out there on the perimeter.
Garrett Davis up top. Larson, couple dribbles, gets it to Dow, and he's fouled hard by Parker Bowman. Good idea. Bowman in no foul trouble whatsoever.
That's just his second. Prevents an easy basket. Smart foul by Bowman, making sure that that was not going in because he was beat on that play big time.
17 fouls by the Dons, 1-1 for Wasatch from here on. Dow knocks down the first.
Wasatch has struggled from the line. Let's see if they make them when they count here, though.
Free throw number 2, short, rebound, Schofield. Ball knocked away, and Dow commits a foul. 5 team fouls. Actually, they give that one to Davis. 5 team fouls now on the Wasps.
That's Davis' second. Nobody for Wasatch is really in any big foul trouble. Eli Ballstadt has 3, but other than that, anybody with 1 or 2.
At this point, 3 is not a bad number at this point in the game. Ball knocked away. Dons pushing the issue a little bit. It's just a 3-point game. The narrow lead that the Dons have had since the first quarter.
Yeah, they came out on all cylinders, but Wasatch has fought back here. Give them credit.
Schofield to Reese. Reese to the left side. Pickpocketed by Ballstead. That should have been a double dribble.
He did double dribble.
Wasatch maintains possession.
Ref must have thought it was knocked out of his hands.
Dow all alone. Connor Anderson not able to foul.
Yes, heads up play by Anderson. I thought for sure he was going to hack him there.
11 points for Dow and a 1-point Spanish Fork lead.
There's something to be said with maintaining a lead, and the Dons have really struggled that, and their 5-7 record shows it.
Right side, Parker Bowman guarded closely by Ballstedt, and then a foul committed by the Wasps. So after this, the Dons will be 1-1.
Fouls on number 13, Ballstead.
That's his 4th.
That's 4 on Eli Ballstedt. So the Dons are in a circumstance they can attack him a little bit as well.
He comes
Reese
in averaging 9.
to Schofield, who is scoreless here in the fourth quarter. He's got 12 in the game. Reese trying to dribble through defenders, and a foul committed by Wasatch, and 1-1 for the Dons.
Let's see if they call that on Dow.
Reese at the line.
No,
Oh, they got number 3. No, they haven't put it up yet.
they
Who did
haven't.
it? Who's the culprit?
It is on Dow, his second.
Okay. First one good for Reese. Substitutions, Cloward in, Carson Mahoney out. Reese, all of his points have come from the free throw line tonight.
Well, that's one way to score. Schofield coming out of this game as well. That's kind of an odd move with this much time left.
We give him a
Quick breather.
quick breather.
Maybe they'll call a timeout here in a minute.
Ball, first free throw miss of the game for the Dons, and it's a 2-point Dons advantage. Timeout on the floor. 2 minutes, 49 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Spanish Fork 50, the Wasatch Wasps 48. We want to just take a quick opportunity to thank our sponsors. MVP Sports, located at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Give us a call at 798-3587. It's the season when we're still in the middle of basketball season. You can get any of your basketball needs, your running needs. Force baseball coming up. We cover that. You want to plan ahead and get your football stuff, come on and see us.
Yeah, and they've been your hometown sporting goods store since 1987. I remember going there as a kid.
Yeah,
And
been
I'm
around
old.
a long time. It's been around a long time, and it's nice to see them as a Main Street staple. And we encourage you to support MVP Sports, as well as the Car Guys. Those who support us here on Spanish Fork 17, we encourage you to support as well.
And you can go to the Car Guys website at thecarguysut.net. Got some nice vehicles down there on Main Street.
.249 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Dons with a 2-point lead. Wasatch with the ball, looking to tie it up for the first time since the start of this ball game. Cloward nearly double dribbles there. Dow working on Anderson, and it's tied. 13 for Dow.
See if Reese takes this game over. Wasatch has found the answer. Early on, they were playing the zone, and Spanish Fork was able to swing the ball and get some points that way, but they've struggled against this man-to-man defense.
Benson Reese out front. Timeout, Spanish Fork. What will they call is the question.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout here.
Let's talk a little bit more about the car guys. They are located at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork. Again, most of them are still under factory warranty. Calvin Yow and Randy Brailsford are ready to make you a great deal.
That's pretty cool, the instant replay that we're provided here, and see all the great action once again.
I want to quickly apologize to the audience. We've been off the air a little bit for the last few minutes due to some technical difficulties, but this game is still being taped, and what you have missed you can catch again. And we thank you for sticking with us.
And what you've missed is Wasatch coming from behind here to tie this game up, as Spanish had a comfortable 7, 8, 10-point lead, it seemed like most of the game.
Now we're in a 2-minute and 6-second ball game that's just beginning. A few fouls being the exception. Schofield to Reese, flips it over his shoulder, and the Dons track it down. Schofield left side. Right-hander got it to go, and he's fouled. Wow.
Wow, that was a sequence of from bad to good, as nothing good looked like it was going to come out of this possession, and Schofield takes the ball and drives it to the hoop.
I didn't think that thing had a chance of going in just from how hard he was charging to the hoop, but got it to fall and the harm.
Yeah, nice soft touch by Schofield at the end of that play. Sometimes it's hard to maintain that soft touch.
Dow commits the foul. Schofield knocks down the free throw.
And Dow's picked up a couple here. He now has 3 fouls.
18 fouls now against Wasatch, 7 against the Dons. 15 for Schofield tonight. 3 ball by Larson misses. Anderson trying to fight for it. Cloward comes up with it. Larson swatted by Schofield, and here come the Dons. 1:22 remaining. Reese needing to waste a little time, but a foul committed by Wasatch.
And Reese is not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been on fire this evening from behind the free throw line.
Reese at the line.
Although he does have the Dons' only miss from the free throw line.
He's got, does he have 8 from the line? 9 from the line tonight, 9 for 10.
So he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
90% is, I think, an acceptable rate.
Yeah.
It's like an A-.
A few more trips and we could maybe bring it back up into the A grade range. If we're going by 95, probably not. Knock down the free throw, get one more. 6 on the night for Reese. Got it.
The Dons are going to be forced to hit some big free throws here down the stretch, as I imagine Wasatch will be forced to foul with no shot clock here at the high school level.
Ball step, 3, no, rebound. Bowman to Benson. Benson across the timeline. He'll have time to waste. He can sit out there and dribble it all night, but instead takes a timeout wisely, and the Dons can maybe waste a couple more seconds on that clock, Chris.
Yeah, I think they're going to call this a full timeout.
Let's take a break. 1 minute to go. The Dons 55, Wasatch 50 here on Spanish Fork 17. We welcome you back to Spanish Fork High School as the Dons holding a 5-point lead. A couple of good possessions by Spanish Fork, Chris. This is going to be a big 59 seconds.
Yeah, if the Dons don't make it a tight game at the end, it's not Spanish Fork basketball. They must have nerves of steel or want nerves of steel.
Yeah, they're getting it done on both ends of the floor right now, at least for the last couple minutes, to regain a 5-point lead after it was tied up. All kicked. The Dons will get it. The Dons will be playing Tuesday at Provo. We encourage you to come in and support the Dons. 7 o'clock tip for the varsity. Again, Tuesday, January 13th.
They're looking to go 2-0 in region as we have another turnover. That's the 5th of the 4th period and 10th of the half. Bowman checks back into the game. Wasatch has another shot here to cut into this 5-point lead.
Dow to Isaiah Ballstedt. inside once again. Dow bumped. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Spanish Fork, and who they going to call it on is a question.
If it's on Schofield.
Schofield, he's done.
No, that's his fourth.
Oh, it is his fourth. Okay. I thought it was he had 4 before.
It was Isaiah Ballstead on the other side that fouled out with the 5th.
Yeah. So Isaiah out of the game.
Both.
Free throw missed short by Dow, but he gets it back and misses. Rebound and a foul.
Bowman.
And now we're about to
third.
see fireworks for whatever reason.
We got a technical.
Are they calling a T on who?
I don't know.
Better call it double if you're going to ask me.
Got a little wild there.
Between Parker Bowman and Isaiah Ballstead, it got ugly.
I didn't see what happened, but it looked like they kind of got tangled up. Maybe
They got
Andy
their
can
arms
show us on the
locked
replay.
and nobody wanted to give up. Take a look at this replay.
I don't know why you call technical on that.
And
I
who
think
do
you might
call it
want to
on?
go give a little warning.
They're calling Bowman for the foul, which was obvious from that on that play.
I think
but
both coaches down there are saying, it shouldn't be a technical, and we'll move on. You called it, but who's it going to be on?
they're gonna call anybody on it. I think he signaled for it. He signaled for a technical. Oh, they did call a double technical. So Larson and Bowman. Why would it be on Larson? Anyway,
So that's
Jason Long, the head coach for Wasatch, over there chatting it up with the officials on it.
who'd they give that
Jesse
to on
Roberts.
Wasatch?
They said that other technical was on Zach Larson. So 2 shots coming for Isaiah Ballstead. Knocks down number 1.
So Bowman now has 4 fouls as the technical.
Yeah.
Also counts as another one. Don's with 3 guys with 4 fouls, which won't suit well for overtime if it's needed.
Yeah, and both of these teams now 10 team fouls because they will also count as
Wasatch got a
team
timeout
fouls.
in.
We got a timeout taken by Wasatch. Are they allowing substitutions? That's what they're doing.
And
So
we'll have a
now
timeout.
somebody wants one, maybe.
The intensity's starting to pick up here between Wasatch and Spanish Fork.
It's a
We
good-
might
it's
have
a good
ourselves
time.
a brawl.
Yeah, it's a good time for a timeout, Chris. This is getting a little crazy here tonight.
Getting a little chippy.
Wow. So, again, Spanish Fork looking for their second region win. Wasatch looking to start their region season with a victory. And, wow, Chris, as I mentioned earlier, Nate Dow had just kind of went off. He now has 13 points for Wasatch, so nearer to his season averages. But Hunter Schofield with 15 for the Dons needs to pick it up a little here in the last 27 seconds, which, if you get the win, who cares?
Yeah, who really does care? And this would be a huge win for the Dons. They'd start region out 2-0, and it's going to be a tough region to make the playoffs as all 7 teams are pretty much even. It's going to be a dogfight down to the end, and Wasatch wants to start out 1-0 as well. I think all 7 teams are capable of making the playoffs.
I'm interested in what will happen between Salem Hills and Maple Mountain tonight. Foul committed by Dow against Schofield. That'll be 4 on Dow.
They're also, Wasatch is playing without Isaiah Ballstead, who has 5 fouls and has been disqualified.
So Dow with 4, 10 team fouls, 2 shots coming for Hunter Schofield. Did he break the 20-point per game plateau yet, or is he still at the 19?
Grab that 19.08 is what they got him at, but he's going to be close to averaging 20, I think, all season, as he's the main cog for this Spanish Fork basketball machine.
Yeah. 16 points for Schofield, misses a free throw.
Oh, and they get the
Dons
ball.
get it back.
Huge turnover by Wasatch.
The Wasps fight for it. Dons had cleared, and Ball then goes out of bounds. Spanish Fork will get it back.
I get the ball to Schofield and try and get that 5th foul on Dow.
They throw it in to Taylor Anderson. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. He's 2 for 2 tonight from the line. All of his points came from in the first half. He had 6. With a 3 ball, who you would expect Taylor Anderson and Benson Reese to be the source tonight, has switched hands to Argyle and third.
Well, you'll take the 3s any way you can get them.
7 points for Anderson. He'll get 1 more.
And great free throw shooting for the Dons tonight, and that's what's putting this ball game away.
Yeah, only 2 misses tonight from the free throw line, and the ball out of bounds. Nice job by Anderson to stay back, tip it out of bounds, and force Wasatch to waste another second or so.
Wasatch has to go fast.
Yeah, and they're not going fast enough.
Travels.
Oh, they call a foul against the Dons.
Oh, and it's on Schofield. He's out of here.
The 2 shots will be coming. You can't let them stop the clock. If you want to give them points, but don't let the clock stop.
Right, and they give the foul to Reese. I honestly thought they were going to call a travel there, though.
Yeah. Apparently the official thought the foul was committed earlier. First one on the way and good by Isaiah Ballstedt, who now has 8.
He's just a sophomore here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's a senior. His brother Eli's a sophomore.
Eli's, the sophomore who averages more per game than the senior Ballstedt.
He got a lane violation.
Better be, but they don't call it. That's probably a good thing, so it didn't stop the clock, but the Dons can't get anything to happen.
We got an offensive foul.
Over the back, and that won't go. 8 seconds, and this one's over, Chris.
The fat lady's starting to warm up, that's for sure. Take a near miracle for Wasatch to win this, and that'll never happen on the Spanish Fork Community Network.
No. Wow. 5-point Dons lead. They look to add to it. Benson knocks down the free throw, and he's going to take a look at the box score tomorrow and kind of chuckle to himself knowing that every point was scored from the free throw line. Every single one. He's got 8.
He's got 8. He's only missed 1 free throw.
90% tonight is Benson Reese. 9 out of 10. 7 seconds, back the defense off and let him go. No, maybe not. Isaiah Ballstedt knocks down the 3. He has 11 now.
Wasatch will call the timeout in vain because the only way you can score 4 points off a shot is if you shoot a 3 and get fouled, and that's all they can hope for at this point. So still.
In the second half, who knows? Somebody might be crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, the way this team's been going. I think in North Korea and the Harlem Globetrotters also have a 4-point line.
Yeah. So Spanish Fork, once again, you can watch these games on YouTube.com. You can rewatch these programs. Sometimes, a lot of the times, we have them live there on YouTube.com / Spanish Fork 17. So we encourage you to take a look. If you haven't been there yet, there's also other programs that SFCN has covered and recorded that can be available to you as well. So we encourage you to visit youtube.com / Spanish Fork 17.
That's a pretty cool way you can watch some of your neighbors play ball or even watch yourself again.
Yeah. For sure, and we're getting towards the end of this one. 3 seconds on the clock. The Dons will have it. And I assume Wasatch will hack immediately, just in the off chance something crazy happens.
Well, they need to go for the steal here. It's almost too late to foul with only 3.2 seconds. Your Spanish Fork just hang on to the ball. Get the ball in. Well, I don't know why you're doing that.
Hail Mary doesn't work. Dow needs to shoot it, and he doesn't get it off in time. Doesn't matter. Spanish Fork down 60. The Wasatch Wasps 56. We will take a break, and then we will be back with the game recap in just a moment. Well, Chris Hurst, Spanish Fork Dons pull off a squeaker tonight against the Wasatch Wasps. A 4-point win at 60-56. And 2-0 in region play. That's a great start.
Well, they've been involved in 2 dog fights so far, and they've been the big dog. as they're 2-0 in region, and that's huge as they make a push here in region play. And up next, they're at Provo, so possibility of going 3-0.
As you mentioned before, at least especially during the half, the Dons, for the most part, kept the scoring barrage of Dow and the Ballstedt brothers at large. But that changed over in the second half, and you saw that Wasatch team regain steam and come for the Dons.
Yeah, they came after them hard, and they started. You can't keep 3 good players down the entire game, as we find out every time we do one of these broadcasts. But I think they did a pretty good job of keeping them in check, and for the most part. The one thing they could improve on, and they did very good in the first half, limiting turnovers. But there in the second half, they had 10.
Yeah, that's a big problem that the Dons faced. But what matters is that little notch in the win column.
Yeah.
And Spanish Fork starting off their region year as good as you could have asked for.
Yeah, 2-0. Looked like a couple of tough battles, and they've been up to the test so far.
Who's your MVP, sports MVP of the game tonight, Chris?
Well, I think we're going to have to go with Hunter Schofield once again. We're going to rename it the MVP Hunter Schofield MVP Sports Award or something like that.
Yeah, we'll do something like that, but yeah.
That's who I've got. He's all over the place. He's Mr. Baseline. I think when he leaves, they're going to change the Spanish Fork on the baseline to Schofield.
Maybe he'll just wear off a path all the way along there, and they'll just put a memorial there. Maybe have him sign it. Once again, Hunter Schofield, a big performance for the Dons. Finished with 16 tonight. But on top of that, a lot of that was done while he was in foul trouble, Chris.
Yeah, he's gotten into some early foul trouble, him and Connor Anderson, but they did well to play disciplined basketball and stay on the court and help their team lead, because those two guys are the big guys down on defense that stops the opposing team. Yeah.
13 points for Nathan Dow, the leading scorer for Wasatch, and 11 points for Isaiah Ballstedt. So, you know, they had their scoring again. It came a little too late. Yeah. The Dons had that lead, but when Wasatch hit that, it had tied that ball game, 50 all. We were all holding our breath, but then the Dons did what we expect them to do. They break away and win this ball game.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to see them get a lead and just blow a team out for once. I know my nerves would be a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. We want to.
Credit Wasatch for just clawing their way back into this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And they got a great season ahead of them. You can tell as a team that's going to fight and fight.
Yeah.
And hey, you know, one loss is one loss. I'm sure the Dons will find one along the way. So will everybody else. But a great win by Spanish Fork tonight, 60-56. We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, MVP Sports at 80. What's the address? 72 North Main. I've only worked there for 11 years.
72 North Main.
Yeah, 72 North Main. 798-3587 is the number you can reach us at MVP Sports, or also you can visit them online at mvpsportsutah.com, a new website that has been put up by MVP Sports. And we thank them. Also want to thank the Car Guys for sponsoring tonight's instant replay. 872 North Main. I got those two addresses mixed.
Just remember to support Maine.
Yep, just go up and down Main Street. Bye. So 872 North Main, 794-0077 is the number you can reach them, or visit them online at thecarguysut.com. But Chris, I'm excited. Provo coming up for the Dons on Tuesday night over in Provo. And that's a team, you don't know what you're going to get. You've got Craig Drury, the mean, rotten coach that he is, and he's always been a problem, and he can come up with the schemes to beat teams, although he might not have the best talent in that year. You can almost expect that he's going to make it to the state tournament every year. The Dons need to be ready.
You can find Provo in the bracket every year.
It seems like. So anyway, we'll wait. Tuesday night, we encourage you to be there at Provo High School. 7 o'clock tip for the varsity game. Again, final score, the Spanish Fork Dons 60, the Wasatch Wasps 56. I'm Alan Huff along with Chris Hurst. And from everybody from Spanish Fork 17, we say goodbye from the Don Dome.